Good morning everyone. Now we are going to discuss about task 5 programs. Let me start with the first one that is 5A1. Here you are going to have two parts in 5A, that is you are going to have two patterns. Now my target is to print that particular pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So for that, I am going to read the number of lines and I'll initialize that value of k to 1, and from that line onwards what I am going to do is I am going to increment the j value and I value, and I am going to print this with a pattern. So in the first line I have to print 1, in the second line 2, 3, in the third line 4, 5, 6. So what is going to happen here? First line only one value, second line 2 values, third line 3 values. That means the number of lines represents that many values in that particular line. And every time the difference between the consecutive number or the next number is 1. So I'll initialize one variable called as k starting with 1 till that values. Now if suppose I am giving 5 as the size, that is the number of lines, what I should get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See here, this is how I am going to print. Now if it is a right angle triangle, now this next question is the same pattern I have to print in the equilateral triangle. So for that I have to include one more loop for printing of the spaces in between these two. So let me show that one also. So see here I am including one more k loop where it prints the spaces here. So the output for this will be like this. This one. This is an equilateral triangle. These are the two pattern programs in 5A. Now we'll move on to the next question, that is 5B. This program is meant for printing of the prime numbers between two ranges. That means I will be specifying with the lower bound and I will be specifying with the upper bound. In between this lower bound and upper bound, I have to print all the prime numbers including that upper bound and lower bound. So here what I am going to do, I am going to read two values, number 1 and number 2, where number 1 stands for the lower limit and number 2 stands for the upper limit. Okay, if this upper limit is less than 2, then no prime numbers. Why? Because prime number starts from 2. So the prime numbers, how I am going to print is, I'll take one temp value and I'll store the number 1, that is your lower limit. If lower limit modulus 2 equal to 0, number 1 plus plus. Okay. For I is equal to number 1 till number 2, what I am going to do is every time I am going to keep one flag value. So half of the numbers I am going to do here. I am going to divide, or I am going to get the remainder for each and every number. If that is equal to 0, I am going to increment the flag value. If it is 0, then this is not a prime number. Then no need to print that value. If suppose that flag value is 0, then I am going to print I value. Okay, and I am going to increment the count. What is this count for? Count is meant for printing of the number of prime numbers in between those ranges. So here the prime numbers between this number 1 and number 2 will be some value. Now let me execute this one. I am going to give 10 as my lower limit and 30 as my upper limit. Now just tell me what will be the prime numbers between 10 and 30. Is 10 a prime number? No. The prime number starts from 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and 29. So total of 6 prime numbers will be generated from 10 to 30. 6 prime numbers. The number of prime numbers between 10 and 30 is 6. See here, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and 29. So this is about your generation of the prime numbers between two limits, that is your upper limit and the lower limit. The last program in this fifth task is the sum of the series. Here I have not specified the series. The series will be like this: 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial and so on. So here what I am going to do is I am going to accept two values, x value and the number of values, that is until which I have to perform here. Okay, so x value and n value I am going to take here. Every time I am going to add 1 plus x by 1 factorial. So every time in the see the difference between the numerator and the denominator. How the numerator is increasing? First one is 1. I can write it as x power 0. Next one is x. Next one is x square. That means raising the power of x from 0 to n value. That is the numerator. So that is why I have written sum plus power of x comma I, where I starts from 0. And the denominator starts from 1. 1 means 0 factorial, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial and so on. So that is nothing but here I'll start from 1 to till that number. I am going to calculate the factorial and I'll write in the denominator. Finally, I am going to print the sum value. Let me take x value as 1 and n value as 3. So here the answer should be 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 square by 2 factorial plus 1 cube by 3 factorial. So that is 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6. So totally it will be around like 16 by 6 will be there. So I should get the answer as 2.66667. Yes, the same answer I got. So this is how you are going to calculate the sum of the series of a given what do you say, sine series or cos series, what not, everything. Okay, thank you.